Let's get it going. There we go.
Frozen dough made from 6 simple ingredients. And our dough can save you dough. Get 2 or more Papa Parents favorites for just $6.99 each. Order now on the app from Papa John's.
ESPN ready. People should have notifications on. So here we go. What's going on? Oh yeah, the Bruins are 2-1 now. They won 4-2 yesterday. Is there a way I can see the bracket? There's Yahoo Sports. There we go. Which team is your team?
Rangers.
Oh, so they're 2-0.
Yep. They won the first two. They won the 2 games, both like dominant.
Alright, so you just want to start talking?
Yeah, let's start talking about this. So we're starting off talking about the NHL playoffs because they're very interesting right now. Starting off with Carolina going up 2-1 against New York Islanders. You know, people thought Connor McDavid could carry them to a victory now, but it's looking rough. But I think he can still pull it off and get them back into it. And then the Panthers. This is the surprise in my opinion. Panthers got a game on the Bruins. Bruins have been very dominant all year. And now they just lose a game. They're still up 2-1, so they'll be good. And Toronto and Tampa Bay has been very back and forth. Toronto blew out Tampa Bay in Game 2, and then Tampa Bay beat Toronto in Game 1. So, I mean, both very tight series.
Mm-hmm.
And then Seattle getting a game on Colorado was also very shocking. Colorado's been dominant all year, and then Seattle comes in.
They are the defending champions, indeed.
Yep. So yeah, a lot of very interesting first 1 or 2 games going on in the playoffs so far. So
it's like none of the 1 seeds are going to get a sweep. It looks like there's only 1 sweep remaining, which is the Rangers over the Devils, which the Devils did just make a switch at goalie. So that could really affect how the Devils can actually win or at least put up a contest in the series. Yeah, for sure. What's going on, David?
What up, David?
Mm-hmm. But yeah, NHL.
Burger, dog?
Hmm?
Are you on the thing?
Yeah.
Are you recording?
Yeah.
Burger, dog? What you want? Hot dog, burger?
Burger.
So
I'll take it. Yeah.
Cheeseburger, hamburger?
Cheese.
Cheese.
All right, but that just about sums up the NHL playoffs.
Oh, that's one more thing to say. For the Rangers, their goalie Igor Shesterkin has been absolutely balling out like I predicted. He's absolutely saving them. Then the line that's really winning the Rangers game is the line that's really carrying it is Chris Kreider and Patrick Kane. They're both having amazing first 2 games. Chris Kreider, I believe, has 5 points in 2 games.
Cool.
So he had a nice little tip-in goal.
Mm-hmm. Did he had a hat trick? I'm guessing.
No, he didn't have a hat trick.
Oh,
Actually, no, he did. He did. My bad.
that's pretty good. That's pretty good in the playoffs.
You guys watching the Suns? Yeah, we are. We're seeing the games tied 16-16 right now.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, NHL playoffs. A lot of tight series, so we'll get you guys updated in a week from now on maybe the second round should be almost filled by the time that happens. Then we move on to the other playoffs that's happening, the NBA playoffs.
Yeah, we got we'll start off with Miami and Milwaukee. Giannis's injury.
Mm-hmm. That's
Not looking too good.
it's not looking good for Milwaukee, but they got it done without him.
Yep.
In
And then
game 2.
Hero got hurt in game 1, and they got it done without him.
Oh yeah, and they got it done without him. So
You can't really say it's even Giannis is way better than Tyler Hero. So
yes, but
yeah,
but also Miami, I think, should definitely be up 2-0. They should have definitely taken advantage of that for sure. I mean, top 3 guy in the league and is out, and you managed to lose still. So
yeah, it should have
That's-
been the other way around when he was playing.
yeah, it's not a
Yeah,
it's not a good look for you. Then
Really?
we move to a tighter series, which is Cleveland and the Knicks.
yeah, dude, Jalen Brunson's been balling out. I
Mhm.
mean, and then I feel like Donovan Mitchell's been rather quiet in the series.
yeah, he has.
I
Yesterday.
think that's the difference between the series right now.
Is Donovan Mitchell being loud and quiet?
Yeah, he's got to be in order for them to win and to make a good far playoff run. They need Donovan Mitchell to absolutely go crazy. 'Cause if he doesn't go crazy, then the team's just not the same.
And also the game yesterday, 99-79 was the final score.
Very
The
boring.
Knicks won that game. Yeah,
Very
very
boring.
low scoring. Cleveland, they didn't have anything going for them at all. Then we move to the sweep that just happened today. The Sixers get it done against the Nets without Joel Embiid.
Yeah, the Nets just simply don't have enough firepower to be honest with you. They can't keep up
No.
with Embiid, Maxey, Harden, Tobias Harris. They can't keep up with all of them combined. Even though they have some solid players, I knew their run wasn't going to be too far. So, yeah.
Now we'll move on to Boston and Atlanta, which that was yesterday. The Hawks got a game back, but Boston, they looked terrible down the stretch.
I think
Oh,
honestly the Hawks were going to get one game, but I don't see them getting another win. I don't see them squeaking one out.
No, you don't see them getting another one.
No,
No,
because once they go to the Garden, that series is over.
that's true. And that means for Boston, all they gotta do is win one game on the road. So it could be tomorrow at 7. Then we got another possible sweep. The only other possible sweep: Denver and Minnesota.
I mean, this isn't really that surprising. Minnesota's been a very underwhelming team this year. They have a bunch of personal issues with the team. They got Rudy Gobert and fighting his teammate.
Kyle.
And then they got Cat being hurt every other game. So it's
Yeah,
they're very
so-
inconsistent. On paper, they should be a great team, but they're just not. They're not well rounded. They don't have enough chemistry together. That's what the Nuggets have over lots of teams in the league. Murray and Jokic with their connection. The only thing I see that might affect Denver is Michael Porter Jr. That dude does not pass the ball. Whenever he gets the ball, he shoots it.
Yeah.
The one game I was at, he was like 2 for 11. That's all in the first half.
All right, then we got the Suns and the Clippers, which is on right now for Game 4. We'll see who takes a big leap, or the Clippers could tie the series here.
Games have all been tight. There's not been one game where it's just been a complete blowout.
That's
There's always
true.
been somebody who like
A slight edge.
yeah. So the first game, Suns in 6.
Suns
Yeah.
and hey,
I think that's not a horrible thing either, because Kawhi Leonard is not playing, and the first game showed how much they need Kawhi Leonard on the defensive side and the offensive
Mhm.
side. Because you watch them play, and you're like, who's their true bucket getter? Without PG and Kawhi, they're not that great of a team. Because
Mhm.
Kawhi's defense is it's top 5 in the league for sure.
we will also get to some news that just popped up about Kawhi's family. It's pretty interesting, so stick around for that. Then we got the Kings and Warriors.
You want to talk about this one a little more?
Yeah.
You should give your opinion on it.
Kings and Warriors. I'm a Warriors fan, and let's just say that the Kings they won at home pretty easily. But then Warriors at home, they looked pretty good. They play tomorrow at 3:30. Steph, he stepped it up for sure. Without Draymond and Gary Payton, it was going to be tough to win. Just looking at it on paper at the start of the game, and they ended up getting it done.
I say we should talk about the Draymond Green being suspended for a game. I say we should give our opinions on that.
We'll slide that to
I
a
said
little bit
since we're on
later.
the topic, we might as well just go straight up. We went straight
Oh,
up. We might just go to it.
Okay then. So
I'll give our opinions on that one. I
what do
personally,
you think?
I personally think Draymond Green shouldn't have been suspended. I feel like the ejection was he served his punishment
Was
being ejected. Yeah, I thought that was enough. And that people act like he wasn't doing that, like they weren't doing it to him all series. And
Yeah,
then he
they
finally
were.
let loose.
They were grabbed. I mean, Sabonis grabbed him by the leg.
Yeah, and he kept doing it all
And-
series. So it was bound to eventually.
Something
not
was
go
bound to happen, and I mean, hey, when it's called karma for a reason. You know, you do something to one person, it happens
Seems a little
equally
biased.
back to you. But hey, I mean, stepping on his chest is a little absurd
Yeah,
to handle it,
he
but
just kicked his chest.
yeah, kind of flat out put
That's
all of his
funny.
body weight on his chest. But it was funny from a fan's perspective.
I personally got Sacramento at 6.
Sacramento in 6.
Sacramento in 6.
Yeah, I'm hoping the Warriors can get it done. I think the Warriors still can get it done in 7. I think winning at Sacramento is going to be tough, but I think they can get it done.
Almost killed the guy.
Yeah, he pretty much almost killed him. Then finally, the last series. This one's been interesting with Dylan Brooks and
So the things
LeBron.
to say about LeBron.
Yeah, some interesting things Dylan Brooks has said about LeBron in the Memphis Lakers series. It's tied 1-1.
Another really weird thing that it shows, like with the star player not playing and the team wins, like Bucks.
Like Ja Morant not playing in this in
Yeah.
the last game.
I sometimes feel like they play a little bit better without John Morant.
Mhm.
I think there might be a little bit of something to it.
Yeah. So what you're saying is they should move on from Ja.
Okay, I didn't say that.
Um,
I'm saying sometimes they should just not play without him.
they should just not.
Well,
They should just flat out rest him, which is a really good thing when you have a star like that. You need to rest him, and if you can win with him resting,
Yeah,
that looks
I think
pretty good.
the Grizzlies are honestly going to take over the series. They let the Lakers get the first game, and then everybody got all
Got
super
excited.
hyped up.
Oh,
Yeah,
got all excited.
Austin Reeves, Daniel Russell, LeBron James,
Rui
all that.
Hachimura having a crazy game.
Yeah, I don't see that.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
not
the
gonna
games. I think the series can be over in 6. For Memphis is a favor.
Yeah, I would give the Lakers maybe a game at home, and that's about
Yeah,
it.
that's what I'd say.
That's about it. But now we're going to move on to the MLB, which the Rays are still the front runners here. I mean, at 17-3, that's pretty impressive through 20 games.
It's kind of weird because you look at their team and they don't really have.
Like that star that kind of sticks out.
Yeah, they have Randy Arozarena, but he's not like the greatest star you want, like the greatest star on the team. So it's like greatest star in the league. So it's kind of shocking how dominant, like how good they are. Because I thought, just a great start to the season, and then it'll just fizzle away. But they've surprised me. I didn't think they were
Yeah.
going to go on a very good 20-game stretch and be the best team in the league by far.
Oh, David says Tigers are winning it all. Unfortunately for the Tigers, though,
They are 4 games behind playoff contention.
and also their streak finally ended, and they've lost now 2 straight.
Yeah, I think it's just an
So-
early game stretch where you get a few wins and then you get shot back to reality.
Yeah, that's how baseball is. Really, it's
Yeah.
just a back and forth all season, unless you're the Rays, which is surprising.
It is a 162-game season, so there's a lot that can change. But I don't think the Tigers.
So we're really only an eighth of the way to seeing what
Yeah.
truly happens. So
The only team that I see the Tigers being worse than are the Royals and Oakland. They're both piss poor
yeah,
franchises, especially Oakland. Did you see? I saw it on Twitter. There was a rat in the commentators box.
there's a rat in the
Yeah,
commentators
dude.
box. Oh my god!
And their owner's trying to move the team.
Oh yeah, to Vegas.
Yeah, no, he's literally he's in it just for the money. He doesn't actually care about his team.
Yeah,
So,
Oakland.
Yeah.
Oakland A's. Golly, they are
Another team I was surprised about was Pittsburgh and the Chicago Cubs. Because Cody Bellinger, all of a sudden, for the Cubs, ever since he went there, he's
Mhm.
started playing a lot better. His defense is good and he's hitting better, unlike after his MVP season in there's MVP season in at the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's
he really started falling off, and everybody was questioning if he was going to sent down to the minors again. But he's starting to pick it up this year, and I think he's batting like 290 almost.
which is pretty good.
It's very good in baseball.
And then the Cubs also, I don't know if you've seen, his name was David something, I forget the last name. He almost had a perfect game, and then his catcher kind of sold a little bit.
See, that's tough because
I mean, God, one throw
you
away.
have the opportunity for a once in a lifetime thing. Barely ever happens, and he could have done it, been a part of history, but nope, his
He
catcher
just-
sold.
I mean, he was one throw away. He went to throw it, and then his catcher was going for it as well. And, just
You hate to see it.
they both tried playing hero, and it ended up being the villain to them.
Yeah, let's also talk about Max Scherzer on the Mets. He got ejected for having rosin on his glove.
Oh, yes,
And
that was very.
See, I don't understand how he got ejected for it because rosin is a legal substance, and players have been using it for a long time now.
Mhm.
It's not like he was using pine tar, where that is very
Oh, yeah,
legal.
that's very illegal.
But
That is very.
I feel like
Very-
him being ejected was a bad thing. All around the league in general, people being tossed is crazy.
Yeah, like
They get ejected for the
everywhere.
dumbest reasons. A dude for the White Sox threw his belt at the ref, but tossed up, for him to see it to
Yeah.
make sure there was no sticky stuff.
Yeah,
Then he got ejected for it.
and you gotta. God,
Yeah, I mean,
man,
I feel like
MLB and NBA. I don't know.
just
a lot of
sports in
stuff
general,
going
man. The officials they're very soft.
They're very
Very
soft,
soft.
nowadays, or at least they're probably told to
Yeah,
be soft. But yeah, that's
and then I feel like we
That's
should also
interesting
talk
stuff.
about Fernando Tatis for San Diego.
he
He got his first game
finally
back
came
since 2021, so 2 years.
which is, I believe, me and David seen it. It was like 500 something days was his last game,
And
October 3rd, 2021.
Mhm.
That's crazy.
in his first at bat, he struck out.
Yeah, well,
So-
that's not. I mean, I wasn't surprised
But
at
it is-
that, but
In the minors, though, in 8 games, he had 7 home runs. So
It's
people were
7.
questioning if he was juicing up for that.
geez,
So-
that's
Be on the lookout for a steroid test where he comes out positive.
that would, and then he's suspended again
Yeah, we should
for
also.
having that.
I feel like we should also talk about the Miami Marlins with Jazz Chisholm
Uh,
moving him to center field because it clearly showed that he should probably stay in the infield
yeah,
because he's made a good amount of errors.
good amount of air.
But I think he'll pick it
Wow.
up and he'll figure out how to play center field. So I
Yeah.
think it's not a horrible decision, but I don't think they needed to move him to the outfield.
I mean, they're on the edge of getting into the playoffs. I know it's 160 games, but you want to at least solidify that you're a good team and
Because you want to get off as
making
high as,
switches
you want to start off as high as you can because there's always that stretch where you just struggle for
where
a
you
long
struggle,
time.
which is why the Rays is so interesting because they could have a 3-game losing streak and they could still be the number 1 seed
Mhm.
in the AL. So, and the AL is pretty tough having the Houston once they get hot, the Yankees, and also the Orioles.
They surprised me a lot.
They have surprised me too. They've been on the bottom.
The only
Like Tigers a
true
lot.
noticeable player they got is Adley Rushman, and
Uh-huh.
I mean he's great and all, but you can't get him to win a bunch of games. So that was very surprising. It's one of those things where it almost feels like Moneyball, where you just go for quantity over quality,
Yeah.
and
then
sometimes
it
it works
works.
out, sometimes it doesn't. I feel like we should also talk about the Angels with 2 generational
Oh
players.
yeah, Mike Trout.
Shohei Otani and
Shohei
Mike Trout.
Ohtani.
You got a dude who can pitch and hit really good. Then you got a generational outfielder who can hit and feel really great.
Mhm.
And their team sucks.
and they're 500.
Yeah, I mean that's not horrible, but for what they had, they should be way better. In a game they lost, Trout and Otani combined for 3 hits.
3 hits.
Yeah, and they lost 7-3,
God, that's
and they were the only ones with hits. They got killed.
essentially you can't just have 2 stars. You can't just have 2 studs in your team. You gotta have a little bit of it's spread out
Mhm.
throughout.
Totally agree. Their team is not all around built very good.
But yeah, that's the MLB for you. But now we're gonna get to some a little bit of some NFL news.
Should we start off the NFL topic?
Yeah, the NFL topic that's
There's
hot right
there's
now.
no going away from it. Our
There's
favorite
no.
team, well, my favorite team, the Detroit Lions.
I just like a player.
You
But
go wherever
the
Russell
Lions?
Wilson goes.
Yeah, but the Lions are
Yeah.
they're in my corner for sure.
Tell me if this is not the most Lions thing though.
This is the most Lions thing that
They
can
get
happen.
they
to
get
them.
they get positive things going for them. They get a first round defensive lineman who's very good.
Yeah,
And you get a wide receiver who's been shown to be very talented. He was just hurt, so it takes time. And then they get a over 500 season for the first time in a while. Like, almost make the playoffs. They beat Aaron Rodgers in his last game at Lambeau Field. So
to knock them out of the playoffs.
yeah,
too,
knock them out of the
which
playoffs.
is crazy.
They weren't even playing for after Seattle won. They weren't even playing for a playoff spot, and they still took it to the Packers.
But
And
if you
you get a lot of positive stuff going,
Mhm.
and then you you have to cut 3 players, and you have to suspend Jameson Williams.
which if you don't know what's happening, let's just say 5 NFL players were suspended for gambling. Mostly the Lions. Jameson Williams is at least the known one out of the whole group.
Yeah, and they can't cut him because they already invested too much into him, so
Yeah,
they have to keep him.
but they did cut Quintez Cephas and I forget the other guy's name.
It's safety.
Oh
CJ
yeah,
Moore.
CJ Moore, which is not. I mean, it wasn't. It was. It's just it affects JMO.
Yeah, they're not going to be the difference between the Lions being a great team or not, but
Yeah, no.
J-Mo can because the Lions need him. They need a good wide receiver too.
Because getting Marvin Jones Jr., we thought, oh, we're gonna have a great 3-player wide receiver core, which is true. It would have been one of the best cores in the NFL just right off the bat. But now that we don't have JMO for the first 6 games,
We had a good running back signing in David Montgomery, in my opinion.
Uh-huh. That was very good. That was a very good signing.
I still don't think this changes up how the Lions should draft. I still feel like they should draft defense.
Yeah, they should still. I think
Because-
they should still go Jalen Carter.
Yeah,
at 6 if he's there.
we're still good. We're still good on offense because we still got Reynolds, who
Mhm.
Jared Goff loves to throw to. So that's we can salvage.
We could work with that for 6
We
weeks.
can definitely salvage the first 6 games of the season.
Let's
I
just
think
hope we start off hot.
I think if the Lions start 4-2, that's a win for not having.
Yeah,
Jamal-
or even like
yeah,
3-3. 3-3 wouldn't be the worst.
Just
either.
don't be below 500.
Just don't be below
Don't be
500,
below 500.
please. But that's what's going on
Most Lions thing of all time.
in the
As
NFL.
a Lions fan, just hate to see it. Sucks.
And then NFL draft is in 5 days. Bryce Young has looked like now that he will be the front runner to
Yeah,
the number 1 pick. So
you can't really tell with what the Panthers are trying to do. Is their coach likes big prospects,
Mhm.
big dudes, and Bryce Young, even though he's not that big, he's proved at Alabama he can still
He
ball
can
out
ball. He can ball.
in the toughest conference in the
entire
in college
nation.
football. So it's definitely a lot to consider. But I still feel like Bryce Young should be the number 1 overall pick, but I still think CJ Stroud is going to be the first
Is
overall
going to
pick.
end up being the first overall pick. Well, only time will tell on the NFL draft. But now let's get to this NBA news. We haven't read into it yet. I don't think it's not looking like it's there.
Talking about Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, we're going to talk about this interesting situation here.
It happened probably 30 minutes ago when the notification came out.
Yeah, it happened right before we hopped on stream. Kawhi Leonard's sister was sentenced to prison for murdering, it looks like an 84-year-old woman in a bathroom in a casino on August 31st, like 2019, so way back. And she died a few days later after the attack. So, what do you think of this, Jack? I mean, Kawhi's already out for a sprained knee, and then this happens.
I just feel for Kawhi because his dad getting shot as a kid definitely hurt, and then now his sister's going to jail for
I mean, for
Probably
obvious,
for
for
the rest
obvious
of their life.
reason, for
Yeah.
obvious reasons.
And it's just sucks for Kawhi Leonard. So I mean, tough to hear that for anybody. And I also feel for the 84-year-old woman who got stabbed. I don't know what was the backstory, but couldn't have been good for one
Yeah,
to stab
there's-
somebody.
There's really no backstory. It's just that Kawhi Leonard's sister ended up, I believe it was, might breaking her skull and stealing her purse. So it was just an attack on an elderly woman.
And that's
And
just a shame.
it is. It's so uncalled for at least right now. You know, Kawhi is probably at a low. He's missing his team's games because he has a sprained knee, and then his sister is now going to jail for most likely the rest of her life.
Yeah, I mean, she should, but you can't kill a person and then expect to not get punished for it. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just it's a terrible situation. I mean, I don't know what more, but there's not really much.
to say. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
just kind of
terrible situation, and I hope you hope things like that just don't happen.
Yeah, but that's the world we live in, I guess. But
I think we should talk about the current game that's going on right now between the Clippers and Phoenix. Clippers have started to go on a little bit of a run. They're up 34-25 with 9 minutes to go in the second quarter. So I mean,
yeah, the Clippers they're getting it done without Kawhi though.
as DeAndre Ayton just slams up the ball,
Yep, as DeAndre Ayton just shuts us up.
he's an
real quick.
absolute hoss.
Mm-hmm. He's a dog.
Yep.
Looks like they're face guarding Norman Powell as well. Oh,
Man, let me tell you though, Russell Westbrook this playoff, super energetic.
yeah, he has looked very good.
Last game he dropped 30 points, 12 assists and 8 rebounds, almost a triple double, and they lost.
But why don't we get our predictions in live?
For series?
We'll do the games later, in all the playoffs. So we'll start with the Bucks and the Heat. Bucks are favored by 5.5. What you got, Jack?
See, without Giannis, I think the Heat are just. I mean, I think the Bucks are still a good team even without Giannis. You know, you don't have a top 3 best player in the league.
He is a game time decision, so he
I
could
think
still play.
I think they'll sneak through. They'll win.
Sneak through again.
Well,
they'll win.
not sneak through, but the Heat's one win. That's it. That's all they're gonna have.
That's all they're gonna
I
have.
think the Bucks are gonna advance in 5.
Okay,
There's not much to it.
So Bucks win tonight, and then I think that the Bucks will also get it done. You know, their team chemistry is just it's too good, and you know Jimmy Butler he can't just put on a show every night, which I kind of feel bad for him because the only reason the Heat are even here touching the playoffs is because of Jimmy Butler. So
Yeah, they need another person who can score a little bit.
yeah,
With
besides
Tyler Hero getting hurt, that
just
just
Bam
completely
Adebayo.
messed it up.
just Bam Adebayo is not the guy that
He's
who I thought it was.
he's not even a elite level scorer. He's there for
Yeah.
defensive and rebounding. So it's
Well, let's move
definitely
on
killer.
to the Grizzlies and the Lakers. Lakers are favored by 4.5. Jaws a game time decision. Who you got?
I still got the Grizzlies taking out this win. I think this Lakers hype's going to die down. 'Cause I still don't think that the Lakers are that great of a team. Call me a casual.
Mm-hmm.
They are not that good of a team, in my opinion. They have the name recognition,
Mm-hmm.
but there's something about them. They don't
Yeah, they're
exactly
just-
play great. They're very
They're kind of an
underwhelming team.
on-off team. Like they'll play really good one day, and then the next day it's just
Yeah, so I think
this is not the what is this?
so. I think as they if they advance in the playoffs,
Mm-hmm.
they'll eventually get shut down just because of how inconsistent of a team they are. I mean, there's no way. Like I'm gonna be completely honest here. On the sheet, they look like a very great team.
Yeah,
And they should be playing like they should definitely not be a 7 seed.
no.
They should be way higher. But
It should be at least a 5 seed.
Yeah.
I'd say
dude, their floor should be like a 4 or a 5 seed.
4 or 5 seed, and then their ceiling should be a 1 seed.
Yeah.
100%. But I think the Lakers will get it done tonight. I think Judd is in play, and I think LeBron. You don't talk trash to LeBron. That's there's very few players that you just don't talk trash to, and one of them is LeBron. Another, the other two are Kobe and MJ, but one of the three is definitely LeBron James.
See that one kid talking trash to Curry?
Oh yeah, 40. Yeah, that's
Man, Curry's absolutely carrying that Warriors team though.
yeah, that's how it's been going.
Drops 40 points a game and they lose.
Yep, and they lose. So
That's terrible. I mean, what more can a guy do?
And then now we'll just go over this 76ers and Nets game.
Even without Embiid, the 76ers still pull off a very convincing 8-point win. And I could see it coming. It was Tyrese Maxey. He's an absolute really good player. Harden still got the name. He's still a very solid player. And then Tobias Harris.
Stepped up tonight.
He was more of the X
Or
factor in this
today.
game. Dropped 25 points, I believe.
Yep, 25.
Yep.
25 and 12.
And he shot 11 from 19 from the field, so he shot very good.
Mhm.
And Harden had 16 points, I believe.
17.
And then Maxey had 16.
And Maxey had 16.
So they're overall a very, very good team today. And then let's give a shout out to their bench players, though.
Yeah, De'Aaron Melton.
No, Deadman. He dropped 15 points. Oh, yeah, Melton. My bad. Andrew
Melton.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
dropped 15
Melton.
points.
DeAnthony Melton, he dropped 15 points today to kind of boost that bench a little bit. The bench looked kind of sad today. Besides him, not really much action.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, though, it was more of just Tobias Harris being the X factor.
Yeah, and this Nets squad has a bright future. They kind of got these players like halfway through, giving away KD, giving away Kyrie. Dinwiddie, Claxton, they both have bright futures. This is a very young team. And I think if the Nets definitely draft the right first round pick, they could crunch everything together.
They
and
could
be
run it
good.
back and
They could
be
be
a very
good.
good team. But I think the thing to take away from this game is Mikal Bridges just shot so many shots. He was 6 for 18.
6 for 18.
And then
Wow.
Johnson shooting 4 for 13.
So just poor shooting.
You can't have that. But when Mikal Bridges and Johnson play good, the team does good. I think that's also a thing that really
Mhm.
affects the Nets is when their players don't. When Mikal Bridges especially doesn't play good,
Yeah.
their team just looks like a third grade rec team. They don't look very good.
And I just gotta say, Dinwiddie is underrated.
Oh, very, dude. There's
He is
no reason.
underrated.
There's no reason people should not be talking about him. He's
a
dog.
he gets a consistent like 20 points per game when he actually like plays and has good minutes. There's also another guy that I'm surprised doesn't play a lot, and that's Cam Thomas. I don't know if you've heard about him.
He had 2 40-plus point games back to back, and he doesn't get played that much for some reason.
Which
Doesn't make a lot of
makes
sense.
no sense. He didn't even play today. So he's not even in the 9-man rotation they have, which is kind of surprising because, I think he's better than Patty Mills. He's better than Seth Curry at this point in his career. And Joe Harris, I think he's better than him too.
But Joe Harris's role is to shoot threes, and he didn't exactly do that today. He went 0 for 4.
Yeah, over 4.
But the thing with the Nets is they need a bucket getter aside from Mikal Bridges, because he's not the guy you need to put on an ice out to try to get you a bucket. You need a guy like Cam Thomas he's in the league because he can get buckets.
Yeah, and at LSU, you remember he was a bucket getter.
I remember against Michigan, he went in the.
It was
I
kind of
forgot
scary.
what round it was, but he had like
32, round 32 or 16 was early.
and he had like 21 points in the first half. He missed 1 shot. And
Yeah,
it's not like he wasn't getting contested. He was getting hand in his face every single shot. And the dude kept making everything.
He's an offensive threat. Now defensively, we have no clue how he is,
But dude, I think if you drop 40 point games back to back,
yeah, it
I don't know,
kind
your
of makes up for your
yeah,
defense.
your defense doesn't really matter. at
It
that
makes
point.
up for a little bit for your defense. So Cam Thomas, hey, you're welcome at the Pistons.
Yeah.
we need scoring like that.
I don't know why they
So-
have Johnson playing 40 minutes, Bridges playing 39, and Claxton 38, but they just won't give a single minute to Thomas.
to Thomas. I mean,
Doesn't make sense.
Patty Mills played 5 minutes for like the heck of it. So, and Patty Mills he's so old, and I mean the fact that he dropped 0 points in 5 minutes. I mean 2 threes. I personally think Cam Thomas would have made them both too. I bet you if we went back and seen the clips where he shot,
Yeah,
Cam Thomas would have made it. So,
definitely a bit surprising why they're
yeah.
not playing Cam Thomas. But
Mhm.
I mean, we're not the coaches. We don't make the decisions.
Yeah, we don't make the decisions. We just
sit
talk
back
about
and
it.
watch and
We just
talk
talk
about it.
But now we'll go to the NHL games tonight, which there's actually one going on right now.
Between the Vegas Golden Knights and the Winnipeg Jets. Yeah, I feel like this series shouldn't even be this tight. The
Yeah,
Golden
it's
Knights are a
1-1.
way better team on sheet. They just
Mhm.
struggled the first game as their captain wasn't playing.
Oh, the captain wasn't playing.
Yeah, their captain was injured.
Oh, so then
So
that
yeah,
makes sense why it's 1-1 then.
and yeah, when he came back, they won. I think it's going to repeat for the next 3 games. It's going to be
It's
easy going for.
So no
the Golden
worries
Knights.
there. But now we got
No
the
worries.
Lightning and the Leafs.
See, yeah, this round has been very, very interesting because the Toronto Maple Leafs blew out the Tampa Bay Lightning 7-2.
7-2.
The two last game, but then the
Jeez.
first game,
And then the
the
Lightning.
Lightning beat the Maple Leafs, so it's kind of a very tough one to predict. But I think the Maple Leafs coming off of that hot of a win, I think they're going to keep it up and they're going to win in 6.
They're going to win
They're
6.
going to win 6. Matthews, they got Austin Matthews, top 10 player in the league. He's a very good player, very good player.
Okay. I think the Lightning will get it done.
Yeah.
I think they're a very well-rounded team. They have been in the past. So I think the Lightning get it done 7.
What do you mean they've been good in the past? Like the last 3 years?
I think they just casually want to Stanley Cup,
They won
you know.
2 back to back.
Yeah.
And so in the last 3 years they won 2, but I think the Magic's ran out. I think they got none left. They're an older team, and I think they should
That's
start
true.
preparing more. They should start thinking more about the rebuild because all their players are going to want money, and they're going to be old. You shouldn't pay old people, respectfully.
I think they'll get past this round.
Yeah, no, I
7.
still got Toronto.
You got Toronto, I got Lightning. So then we go to Devils and Rangers, which I'm just going to give my opinion because I know this is your team real quick. I think the Rangers. I think the Rangers in 4. Devils, like I talked about, they just switched their goalie, and that is not what you want to do in the middle of a playoff series.
Definitely not a good
So
sign.
not a good sign that your goalie's doing good. So
Yeah,
Rangers in 4.
So I saw both the Rangers versus Devils game, and the first game was just a complete blowout from start to finish. They put 2 goals up on the Jersey on the Devils super early. Like first period, they were up 2-0, and they just kept it going and won 5-1. And the only reason they got a goal was because of a penalty late in the game, and they got a shootout because of it. And Jack
So
Hughes,
late in the game. So
Yeah.
essentially, it was 5-0.
no, it was
They were flat out dominating.
it was
so.
4-0, and Hughes got a penalty. Like he
So
got
4. So 4-0.
and it became 4-1 because of a shootout, and then.
So then they scored again.
The Rangers scored again. It was a blowout the entire game.
Mhm.
And then the next game, the Jersey Devils got the first goal, and after that though,
It was dominant.
they hit a player really dirty on the Rangers.
Another one.
They hit Kendra Miller dirty, and then Kendra Miller. Yeah, because of that happening, I think that the energy completely shifted. The Rangers were really
Mhm.
upset, and they put on 4 straight goals on the
Oh, God.
Devils. They got 2 power play goals. Chris Kreider got a nice goal. Patrick Kane had a really, really sweet one. Shot it from
Mhm.
downtown. Even though I'm a biased Rangers fan, I got them winning in 4 because they've just been absolutely way more dominant. And the Jersey Devils are young, so I'm not surprised that they're
Yeah,
doing as
they're
good
not.
as predicted.
I mean, they won 52 games, but the regular season doesn't matter as soon as you cross that playoffs.
Yep.
So,
So in the playoffs, anything can happen.
but now we got the Avalanche and Kraken, which I did not expect this really.
Yeah, I mean, the Avalanche are a way better team in my opinion.
Defending champs.
Defending champs, it's tough to compete against that.
Mhm.
And the Kraken are more of a young team. They're a second year team because they're an expansion team.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of tough to really say how good the Kraken are. But I think because they're young, they're going to struggle in their first possible like big playoff run. I think they're going to lose in it, but then they're going to come back next year and get good experience. I got Avalanche. I got them in 6.
You got Avalanche in 6.
Yep.
We're gonna have to agree on that. I think the Kraken can pull out one more game, but the Avalanche, I mean, defending champs. I mean, they're kind of up there. I mean, the Bruins are like here, and the Avalanche are like they're like maybe a tier below
Yeah.
the Bruins. You know, they're up there for sure.
To make a comment on something, the Golden Knights just got their second goal of the game. Now they're up 2-0.
Yeah.
Only 7 minutes into the game.
So
They're starting off really good against the Winnipeg Jets.
so
I think that's it for the NHL games.
yeah,
For today.
that's it. Now we'll just kind of briefly go over the MLB games because there's like 50,000 in a day.
I say we should do the ones that haven't started yet.
That
and
haven't
finished.
started yet.
So from there down. So for the Reds and Pirates, the Reds are a really bad team. They got
they're
like
terrible.
one.
I mean, they're
one-
worse than the Tigers.
The only good player in my opinion that they have is Hunter Green, their pitcher. He's a really really young good player. And then the only other player is really recognizable is Joey Votto, but he's super old. I mean, he's not that great. So I got Pirates easily winning. I had them winning like 9-2.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go score here, but I think Pirates get it done. Tatis returning. It just seems like there's different energy with the team. They're kind of hyped that he's back.
Yeah,
And if he can get back to full swing, the Pirates will be very.
Tatis doesn't play for the Pirates. Plays for the Padres.
Oh, I'm thinking they're both yellow. Okay, they're both yellow. Okay,
We'll
but
skip past that one.
yeah,
we got a little bit of a
but the
casual
Pirates-
here.
yeah,
We're gonna have to clip that. Hey, yo, David, can you clip that? Okay, we got
casual on in the building here.
yeah, so we're moving on to the Marlins versus the Guardians.
Looks very even.
Both teams are 10-9, very even, like compared to each other. But I feel like the Marlins started off a little rough because Jazz Chisholm was getting used to playing the outfield. He's that X factor in this game. I think it's going to be a battle between Jazz Chisholm and Jose Ramirez for the Guardians. And I got Jazz Chisholm winning, like carrying that win. So I got the Marlins winning.
The Marlins winning.
Yep.
Okay. And then
Tigers and
Tigers
Orioles.
and Orioles.
Yeah, Orioles been playing pretty good this year. They started off fairly good. They're 12-7, and then the Tigers, honestly, from what I've watched them in like the 10 games I've seen, they look horrible. They have even though they have 7 wins, which was honestly unexpected. They look so bad. Their offense terrible. They barely score any runs. It's terrible. And
They look.
the pitching at times is really bad as well. So I got the Orioles winning by a good amount.
The Orioles, though, they only won 2-1. I believe it was yesterday or the day
walk
before.
off. Well, not a walk off. It was a walk off.
Oh, another walk off for the Tigers, of course.
Yep.
Tigers. It seems like they give off a walk off every other day, every other game.
It's just like that.
They're just like that. They can't play in the crunch time. I don't even think we got a.
I say we should talk about Javi Baez for the Tigers. His tagging up with 1 out, and then creating a double play. He's not into it. He has a $140 million contract, and he's not mentally there, and he's not physically there. He's playing so bad. He has like 5 hits up to this point through almost 20 games.
That's pretty bad.
So
It's bad.
there's not a lot to be built off right now. He's playing horrible. And nobody's going to want to pick up that contract for a dude who's not playing good, so you just kind of have to hold on to him. You invested too much into him.
It's just another Tigers mistake.
I wouldn't be I wouldn't be surprised if the Tigers trade and try to take on like half the contract, something like that.
Uh-huh. And then we got the Athletics and the Rangers. I don't think this will be.
This is not that long of one. The A's are a dump of a team and a franchise. They are so bad. They're just not a good team. Rangers easily win it.
Yeah,
No, I don't
easily.
even,
We're not
think
even.
we need to talk about that
Nope.
one.
Nope. The Red Sox and the Brewers. This will be a decent game.
The Brewers are a very good team. I feel like the
Yeah.
Red Sox are starting to pick up where they should be because they started off a little
Mhm.
slow.
Yeah.
But I got the Red Sox actually winning this one against the Brewers, even though that might be considered an upset because Milwaukee's negative 25 in favor,
Uh-huh.
negative 125 in favor, like for betting.
Yeah.
I still got the Red Sox winning. Rafael Devers is a really good player. I think he'll be the X factor in this game. What to say about that one?
And then the Braves and the Astros. This line is even.
Yeah,
But
Houston's-
the Astros have looked. They look mid.
they
Very
sometimes
mid.
play really good or really bad. Like they lost a few games to the Tigers, which is very shocking.
Mm-hmm.
And the Braves are honestly a great team this year,
Yeah, the Braves.
which was expected. Ronald Acuna is a dog. Ozzy Albies is a really good player.
Mhm.
So I mean, think it's gonna be an easy Braves win. But I don't think the Astros are that good of a team. Even though they should be a little bit better, but they just don't. They're not playing good right now.
Okay, and now we got the Padres and
Fernando Tatis.
and the Diamondbacks. Fernando Tatis. This is where I can say the Padres' energy has looked different with Tatis.
Yeah.
With Tatis coming back. So, I mean, San Diego's favored. So I'm finally gonna get a say on saying that the Padres will win this game.
I agree. Fernando Tatis back. He's gotten his first game done.
Uh-huh.
He'll be back. He'll be warmed up to the show, and they'll beat the Diamondbacks.
I think give it one, maybe two more games, and then Tatis
We'll be back.
will be back for
back.
sure. We're not gonna really do much about this next one. The Angels and the Royals. Royals are absolutely horrific.
Yeah, they're a really bad team. They got nobody really good on the team. And then the Angels, even though they're 10-10, they got Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout. That itself is just way better than the Royals.
It's just way better. And then finally, the last game today, the Cardinals and the Mariners.
Both teams aren't really that good.
They're both below 500.
I don't know too much about either of the teams, but I'm gonna go with the Mariners. Call me a casual. I'm not following teams. I'm not
Call
gonna.
me a casual.
And
if
I'm
anything.
not gonna look at a team that both teams that just completely suck unless it's my favorite team, the Tigers. And then they're both NL, so they always play like West Coast games. So I'm not up for that.
Oh yeah, that's right. 9:40 is the time.
Yeah.
Which for me personally, I'm watching the NBA playoffs. I'm not watching
Yeah.
I'm not watching
NBA playoffs and NHL
the
playoffs.
couple little MLB games at the
Yeah.
start. So, but once MLB gets into full swing, like halfway through the season, we'll definitely kick it off in the full swing for sure. But current scores right now, the Nationals are up 8-2 on the Twins. We got the Dodgers winning 6-2 on the Cubs. Rockies and Phillies are tied 3 apiece. The Marlins and the Guardians, they have a little bit of rain delay to start their game, so lovely. Looks like a doubleheader as well. So
I still got the Marlins winning both.
the Marlins winning both.
Yeah.
I think the Guardians will sneak in on the doubleheader. But the Rays are up 2-1 on the White Sox, and the Mets are down 4-0 to the Giants. And one final score today, the Yankees getting it done against the Blue Jays.
3-2. Very good in division rival
That was
matchup.
definitely a very good key game for them.
I think that's all we had to talk about today, right?
But yeah, that's about it for today. For sure the highlights of the stream though were, NBA playoffs,
Jameson Williams and gambling.
Jameson Williams and the Lions gambling stuff for sure. J-Mo didn't actually bet on the NFL. He bet on a different sport, which
I think that's kind of soft.
it's kind of soft for why he's getting suspended, but NFL
They
made
have
the
their policies,
decision,
so yeah, still broke it. So
Yeah. And then MLB, the Rays are still hot. 17-3 is impressive. 20 games through through the season. You know, we're eighth of the way through. Rays are still way ahead. And then the NHL. Lot of stories there with the playoffs and stuff. Bruins were, losing to the one game to the Panthers was shocking. The Avalanche, definitely defending champs. They lost the game as well to Kraken, and then just all the one seeds definitely a little bit on us, losing a game, which was a bit surprising.
Yeah. Okay. I think we're gonna be ending the stream here soon. So make sure to like our
like the stream,
stream.
subscribe to the channel if you're new here.
Do our other platforms.
View all the other social medias, and I think that'll do it for the stream. So we will see you guys in the next stream.